Imagine this. You return to a place you once called home, but the laughter of children is gone. The fires have gone cold. The houses stand empty. The people vanished. And all that remains is a single word carved into wood. A word that has haunted history for more than 4 centuries. CROATOAN. This is the story of America's first great mystery, the story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. To understand how this mystery began, we must go back in time, back to the 16th century when Europe was exploding with ambition, discovery, and rivalry. It was the age of Elizabeth I, the great Queen of England. Her nation was rising as a sea power, but Spain was still the richest empire in the world, fueled by mountains of silver and gold stolen from the Americas. England wanted a piece of that wealth. They wanted colonies. They wanted power. And one man, Sir Walter Raleigh, convinced the Queen to let him try. In 1584, Raleigh received a royal charter to explore and colonize lands across the Atlantic. His mission was bold, to establish the very first English settlement in the New World. The land he chose would one day become part of North Carolina. But in 1584, it was a mysterious coastline, dotted with barrier islands, swamps, and dense forests. The English called the region Virginia in honor of the Virgin Queen, Elizabeth. And at the heart of Raleigh's vision was a small island tucked between the mainland and the sea. Its name was Roanoke. In the summer of 1584, Raleigh's first scouting mission landed on Roanoke Island. They met with local tribes, the CROATOAN and the CROATOAN. At first, things seemed promising. The reports brought back to England were glowing. The soil was fertile. The forests teemed with game. The waters were alive with fish. And perhaps most importantly, the native peoples seemed friendly. The explorers returned with 2 native men, Monteo and Wanchese, who traveled all the way to England. They learned English, marveled at London's crowded streets, and told Queen Elizabeth herself about their homeland. For the English, it was a sign. They believed the New World was ready for them. So, in 1585, Raleigh sent the first real attempt at settlement, 108 men, soldiers, and craftsmen, under the command of Sir Richard Grenville. Among them was an artist named John White, a quiet observer who would later become the most important witness to this story. Life on Roanoke was not what the glowing reports had promised. The settlers faced brutal challenges from the very beginning. The summers were hot and swarming with mosquitoes. Fresh water was scarce. Food supplies ran dangerously low. The English tried to trade with the local tribes, but misunderstandings quickly escalated into violence. In one tragic episode, the English burned an entire native village, believing they had stolen a silver cup. Distrust spread. The alliance broke down, and the settlers grew desperate. By 1586, when the famous sea captain Sir Francis Drake stopped by after raiding Spanish ships, the colonists begged him for passage back to England. Drake agreed, and just like that, the first colony of Roanoke was abandoned. But Raleigh was not ready to give up. In 1587, a new group of settlers set sail, this time not just soldiers, but families, men, women, and children, around 115 souls in total. This colony was meant to be permanent. Their leader? John White, the same artist who had sketched the people and landscapes of the New World. White's gentle nature made him popular among the settlers, but it also meant he faced enormous pressure. This time, the colony had something the first had lacked: hope for the future. Because among the settlers was White's own daughter, Eleanor Dare, who would soon give birth to the first English child ever born in the Americas. Her name was Virginia Dare.